Hey guys, welcome back to our video series on fasting. I'm Dr. Derek Lawrence, and today we're going to pick up our video series at the longer, more extended fast, 2-3 days and beyond, and we're going to go into more depth as to who these are right for and kind of how to prep for these successfully. Our previous videos explained, why do we fast? How do we kind of eat leading into a fast to have the most success? How to implement intermittent fasting, and then we have discussed some different fasting strategies like a 24-hour fast, 5-2 fasting strategies, the 5-day fasting mimicking diet called Prolon, and today we're going to go in depth over 2-day fasts, 3-day fasts, and even beyond. So when it comes to 2-day fast, 3-day fast, and anything longer than that, these are times where I'm a big fan of having a medical professional involved in this. Not necessarily because they are dangerous per se, but usually if we need to be implementing these types of fasts, we're doing it for medical reasons, and there can be some cautions that certain people will need to take, especially if there are medications on board, whether they relate to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or blood sugar regulation. It's important to have a medical professional who knows what they're doing and how to manage those medications during these periods of fasting. If you're struggling with a plateaued weight loss or persistent high blood sugar, extending a fast longer than a day or two can be the right choice for you. These are when we want to make a fast longer, we just get a kind of more intensive experience. This means bigger drops in blood sugar, bigger drops in weight, but what comes with that is a little bit more willpower, of course, right? Because we are kind of extending how long we are sitting in this day after day of being hungry. It's these elongated fasts where I generally recommend people don't do it, water only. Making sure they have something along the lines of bone broth or a broth that's going to contain some minerals on a regular basis can be very helpful at avoiding things like leg cramps or dizziness, some faintness, and are ways to kind of pick up our energy when we're feeling it get kind of low in the afternoon and we really want to eat. So if we're looking at elongating a fast, really it's not that different than the short 24-hour, 48-hour ones. It's just continuing to tough it out for day after day after day. What you'll find is the beginning period is much harder than later down the road. Once we get over that initial feeling of, oh my gosh, I really need to eat, that hunger, things start to smooth out a little bit. You'll notice your energy becomes actually sustainable. Your brain starts to be very clear, and actually mental energy and sharpness is often at its peak. So during longer periods of fasting, you'll see much more rapid results. But of course, these also need to end as well, and then we need to break our fast. And I hope that our next video, I'm going to give out some tips and tricks for what to pay attention to during an elongated fast and how to work on breaking that fast once it eventually happens. To wrap up attempting an elongated fast, the first and most important thing to pay attention to is this really should be done under supervision of a doctor who is familiar with fasting. But know that these elongated fasts can provide significantly more impactful results in weight loss, in blood sugar regulation, and even in mood as well. And that's an underappreciated component of fasting. A lot of people think, oh, I'll be hungry and I'll be cranky all the time. But in fact, your brain is getting fed really well with ketones, and a lot of people will find that they actually feel quite good and happy. And remember, fasting has to be a sustainable part of our therapeutic plan for our health. And so these elongated fasts, don't necessarily jump into something that you feel like you won't be successful with. Start slow and work into it. You may need to practice fasting for a month before you want to jump into and bite off a more kind of elongated fast, but that's okay. Remember, we're doing this for the long haul. We're doing this for our longevity, for our health, and our health span. So, make sure you master the other steps of low carbohydrate eating, intermittent fasting, before you jump into an elongated fast. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're just joining us now, go take a look at the previous videos in our video series that speak to low carbohydrate diets, intermittent fasting, and time restricted eating. We talk about a 5-day fasting mimicking diet with Prolon. We discuss alternate day fasting or 5-2 fasting. And I look forward to you learning a little bit more about a therapy that I'm passionate about. And please, if you have questions, comments, let us hear them. Leave us a comment on Facebook or on Instagram. We do check that, and I love the feedback, so thank you. The information in these videos is provided for informational purpose only. It's not intended to substitute for the advice of your doctor or other healthcare professionals. Do not use this information for diagnosing or treating any health problem or disease, and always talk with your doctor before taking any medications, nutritional supplements, implementing any fasting routines. If you suspect you have a medical problem, contact your healthcare provider. This video does not constitute a doctor-patient relationship, and no statements have been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.